I have your attention, please? Worship will be starting in 1 minute. Please take this opportunity to prepare your hearts for worship and to be seated. And don't forget to put your cell phones on silent.
Joy comes in the morning light. Stand firm, it will be alright. Joy comes in the morning. They say the joy comes in the morning. They say the joy comes in the morning. Yeah, they say the joy comes in the morning. They say the joy comes in the morning. Yeah, they say the joy comes in the morning. They say the joy.
Not leaving.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Happily Ever After. It's Friday night. It's time to connect. I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited about being here with my first lady. And then I'm really excited to sit in with my family and some really, really good friends. They family. Love them to life. You guys show some love on tonight to Reverend Allen and Lady Deborah, not Deidre. White. How y'all doing on tonight?
Well, very well. Good to be here.
Cool.
Hello, pastors. Pastor K in the house. Pastor J.
Cool. So listen, guys, y'all know what time it is. It's Friday night. It's that time of the month where we get to have Happily Ever After, and we get to have some great conversation concerning relationship, whether you're married or preparing to be married, engaged with a date. You are more than welcome to this, and I guess now that it's on Facebook, everybody's welcome to this conversation. So again, hey, our special guests are the Whites, and they live in the other White House. So listen, guys, why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves, tell our partners and our guests a little bit about yourself. Then we're gonna get into this conversation for tonight.
Amen. You know, we as whites, we jump into things real quickly first. I know my lovely wife will have something to say, but I'm Alan White, Reverend Alan White. I'm the pastor of Campbell's Chapel AME Church here in the city of Virginia Beach, where we decided very early that we will be the church for the people.
All right.
In Pongo section of Virginia Beach. I'm, we've been married for 33 years. That's a good one. That's a plus. Amen. She can say amen.
Amen.
What else? I'm a graduate of St. Paul's College. I'm in seminary school at VUU right now, Virginia Union, STVU, School of Theology, receiving my master's in divinity. Born and raised in Portsmouth, left to go to school and play ball just like your pastor had, and moved to Richmond like your pastor did. We roomed together for a while till our business, right? And then we decided, this lovely lady invited me home one day, and I was caught ever since. I think she put the hook wink on me. Amen.
She put them chicken feet in your car.
Yeah.
I'm his sidekick.
Uh,
I am. I'm his sidekick. 33 years of just trying to be a good helpmeet and doing what I have to do to stay the helpmeet. But just doing what I do.
we got 3 children, 5 grandkids now. 5, right?
Wow.
5.
3 children, 5 grandkids, 3 son-in-laws, a picket fence, pool, and a house.
Somebody got to do it.
And blessed by God. Truly blessed by God.
Yeah, y'all living good, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So listen, guys, if you connected, we are grateful to have you guys connect with us on tonight.
Glad to be here.
So to all of our partners that are watching, hey, listen, check in with us. Let us know you're here. Go ahead and drop your comments. Let us know if the sound is good and everything is good. So when we get into this conversation, you won't miss any of it. Hey, do us a favor. Will you share this? Invite your family and friends. I know we don't get to have watch parties anymore, but go ahead and share it. And I think it's going to be beneficial. If you have never connected with our ministry, of course, Pastor K and I, we're the lead pastors of Community Christian Center, better known as 3C, here in Richmond, Virginia. We're located at 2213 National Street in Ranco, Virginia, 23231. Right, scrolling on the bottom of the screen, you can text what happened. You can connect with us for this group, Happily Ever After. It's all about marriage. It's all about relationships. Our desire is to strengthen marriages and see those relationships blossom as God has intended. So it's real easy. If you're never connected with us, simply text the word happy. Text the word happy to 804-925-146. What is it? 804-925-1466. And you're going to get a connect card. It's going to ask you for 3 pieces of information, but they're relevant to us being able to connect. It's going to ask for your name, your cell phone number, and your email address. And go ahead and complete that. You'll get some follow-up information on everything we do with Happily Ever After. And we got some good stuff planned for the rest of the year and big stuff for really next year. Tonight, I asked my good friends, my cousin, to come on because, Karen and I are going on 32 years in June. This summer, we'll hit 32 years. So we the young pups on the show tonight.
Oh.
And they the old heads.
Well, if you remember, Julius, he almost didn't make it to his first year when he decided to loan you his wedding ring at your wedding to get married. Yeah, he was trying to be 1 year in. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So
Take the whole conversation, mess it all up.
Yeah, right.
You go all the way back to 32 years. Come on, man.
That's right there. That's all the way back. I think
and then we got Big to stay. Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Y'all were gonna leave. And
I had a 2-month-old baby at home.
We had to make sure y'all stayed and hung around. So we had a good time, though.
Had a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful time.
So tonight, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So many people do marriage, and I'm just going to say marriage. I'm not going to say all relationships, but I hear so many negative conversations from people about being married and, how unhappy they are. And I'm like, marriage is, and how hard it is. I'm like, marriage is good work. It's good work. Is it hard work sometimes? Yeah, but it's good work. It's not, just this tumultuous thing that they make it seem. My goodness, like I heard some people talk about it, and if I wasn't married, it probably would scare me to the point that I would never get married.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight I wanted us to kind of have a little discussion about striving versus surviving in your marriage. I would dare say that we could count ourselves, all of us, as old heads in this, because a lot of people don't make it those 30 years. I really wanted to look up the statistic to find out what the average length of a marriage was based simply on statistics. But I was like, I may be so disappointed in that information that I'd rather not know. But honestly, we know that the divorce rate is out of control,
Yes.
only getting worse. And even in the church, that it's been shown to be like crazy. So you guys are 33 going on 34. When is 34?
August.
Both of y'all had to look up like
I actually had to ask him what year it was. I honestly did. I was like, how long have we been married? You start losing count there somewhere.
Yeah, it just becomes when you get married one day.
A long time ago.
It was hot.
Maybe, it was hot. Maybe before you was born, we got married. All right, leave us alone.
Exactly.
But, so you guys, you just rattled off the list. So many children, so many son-in-laws, 5 grandchildren. And you're still together. So give us some of your secrets. Give us some of your how-tos to strive in your marriage and not just survive, because you don't look like you're just surviving the years, trying to stack them, just trying to make it to heaven. Like old folks used to, I'm just trying to make it to heaven. That's it. If I get to heaven, it was all worth it, But that's not the way we want to live. And I know that's not the way you and Deb live, which is why I kind of wanted you guys to come on with us tonight, to give us some different thoughts, opinions, how-tos on striving in marriage and not just surviving. So over the course of this 30 some odd years, what's some nuggets you guys got that you want to share with the people on tonight? And we're just going to conversate. There's no script. We just gonna have this conversation. Life has taught you right much. Come on, share with us. Now, hold on. Now remember, after this go off, y'all still got to live together.
We got to live to come back on next Friday, right?
I don't want no calls and no emails about Julius. Look what you did. So
No. I mean. striving. I think even from the beginning, we were friends, and that was one of the biggest things that really happened with us. This was not started as I love this girl. This is wow, bang. It was we met in high school, and I was the big brother in high school. Took care of her, made sure she got to class. Made sure she got home when we were out running around as teenagers. Made sure she was taken care of. Made sure no guys messed with her. Just being the big brother and being the friend that we were. As I went off to college, she stayed home and we stayed in touch. And family relationships were strong then too, and still are. But that was the biggest thing, was friendship was first. Friendship was first, and then it was that almighty, hey, you come home for a summer, then those what you call them lustful eyes look up and say, hey, she fine. And you start wondering, okay, should I, would I, could I? But through the years is being give and take. Give and take. Everybody loves to say give and take. Everybody don't win an argument. Yes, you're going to go to bed angry with each other. Yes, you don't want to talk to each other for days. Yes, there's going to be some times where you feel that, is this really my right place I need to be? Yes, all of those things are going to go on in a marriage. And yes, they have been on in these marriage. Yes, there's been some chairs thrown at me upside my head. Yes. No marriage is perfect. But the understanding that I made an oath with God and I made a pledge with God and with her that I take care of her, she takes care of me. And we strive together to do that. And like I said, there's times where you really say, nah, this ain't gonna work. You know, in the beginning, in your first couple of years, you say this ain't gonna work, but then you kind of figure out, well, yeah, it will. Then you go a couple more years, and it's like, okay. And you get to these points now where you're striving to do things together so much that you miss when you're apart.
Wow.
We strive. So there's a lot of days in here where, you know, back when you were younger, please go out of town, go on to business trip. And you get the house to yourself and you do all the things men do when you got the house to yourself, because you know you're going to send the kids to grandma. And you get the house to yourself and you run around with your drink and your shorts and you watch what you want to watch, stay up as late as you want to stay up and do what you want to do. But then after a few years, when she go on business trips, you look back and you like, the bed is boring, TV's boring, and you sit there wondering, I wonder what she do. So it's a matter of, like you say, strive, and then you bring in the beginning, you strive to take care of the kids and bring them up right. But you got to find something after they move or they go on, they become adults, to put your time into and put yourself into together. And that's what we've been lucky enough to always have, something that we are working to together. And it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm going to let her talk now.
It's work. It's lots of work. He makes it sound real glamorous. It's not always glamorous. The striving is striving to stay together. Just like you said, you haven't always heard the positive sides of it. It requires a whole lot of communication, If you're not talking and communicating with each other, you know, the other person is going to feel left out. And, you know, it can cause a lot of problems. It really can. But if you're talking to each other, spending time with each other, doing things together, then you don't leave that door open for the miscommunication to come in or something else and, you know, take over what's been going good or what you think is going good. So, you know, communication for me has been the biggest thing. I'm like, talk to me. If something wrong, don't go to bed mad, even though he always does. You know, y'all mad. Men, y'all pout. You know, mad. I'm just okay. So, you know, and just, you know how they say sometimes agreeing to disagree?
Yes.
Sometimes you have to agree that, okay, we're not going to agree on this. So let's just move on and we'll talk again in the morning.
Yes.
We're going to bed mad, okay? I don't care what nobody said. We're going to bed.
Going to bed.
But we'll talk about it in the morning when we got a calmer head. I mean, sometimes it just requires just letting it go, let everybody cool off, you know, and talk about it in the morning. I mean, that has been the biggest thing. And like he said, for us, we had kids early. So that was kind of like that glue that kept us together. When you think you want to be stupid, you got a kid to take care of. So for him, that was his glue to keep him from doing something stupid, because you know men do stupid stuff.
It's not just me.
But yeah, that it's been a long 32 years, 33 years, however many years it's been. But I'll tell everybody, it is work. It is something you have to work on every day. If you're not acting like it's the first day, you're going to lose something in there.
That's a good nugget right there.
Yeah.
Act the first day, or remember the first day.
Yeah. For us, I mean, for me, mentally, I'm pretty much like, it's the first day. You got to treat every day like that.
Wow. I like that.
Good.
But
that one. That's a nugget to live by. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like she said, communication is definitely that big one. You know, I'm that guy that's gonna keep swinging the hammer, throw it on my shoulders. I got it. It doesn't matter. I got it. Leave it alone. You go sit in the corner. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it.
And that drives me
and
crazy.
that drives her bonkers out the world. And I know it. And I have to, and even to today, even with running the church or being a pastor, there's things that she needs to know that I don't communicate a lot of times. That I'm like, well, I got it. Don't you worry about it. You leave it alone. And here's another nugget. You got to figure out your money situation. When you get into this from the first day, who's going to manage money? However you manage your money, make sure you manage it the way that works for your household.
Mm-hmm.
We chose for me to do it. And that's one of the things is her pet peeve. You must talk to me about it. Don't leave me in the dark. Now, even though you're making the decisions, tell me something. Because if it goes south, I'm going to wring your neck.
You remember that chair he said being thrown at his head? Yeah.
Is that the chair that fell apart today, Al?
You know, sometimes, you just got to walk out the door. I mean, if you're mad and you're having a day, sometimes you just got to have that 5 minutes to yourself. Just kind of that quality time that being in the same room with you is not it. And even talking to you is not it. Sometimes I'm in a mood, I don't want to talk to you. And respecting each other's time, respecting that, sometimes you just need time away. You need that, like you said, personal space. That's good. I like that. Yeah, personal space. And actually in the house now, he has his room where he goes to do his sermon stuff and that kind of stuff. And I just chalked it up. Just let him go in the room and have that time. And when he comes out, he's mentally ready to deal with everything else he's got to deal with. So, and when I'm playing my games, he leaves me alone because that's my mental breakdown time too. So yeah, personal space is really, really important.
Cool. What about you, Pastor K? You got something to say? What you add to this? "32 years of messing with me, you don't have a nugget for the night."
I'm just listening and enjoying them.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some good stuff. Drop some good nuggets. Hey guys, if you're watching and you got questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we'll bring and raise them up. She says she gonna just listen. I'm gonna engage in this conversation because for me, I won't even say for her. For me, in the beginning, it was all about surviving.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't got to a maturity or a growth or a level of in-depthness where I could strive in this. It was all about surviving. It happened so fast. Like I was 24, 25 years old. I think I was 24 and a dad, 25 and a husband, and had no clue of what to do with either one of them.
Right.
And all of a sudden, there's people in the house and you're responsible for them, and there's light bills, water bills, gas bills. Folks want to eat, and they want to cable, And it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And I think the hard part for me, and I think what makes it difficult in surviving those formative years for so many, is you find yourself ill-equipped, that you have no skills for where you are. You would have thought that, maybe we'd have gleaned a little more from our parents. But if you like me, my mom was never married. My grandparents were divorced by the time I was 8, 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So the example of, what a healthy, operating, functioning home should look like, the best we got was Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show.
Yeah, and they thought he did a great job in doing it to us.
And then then you look at yourself and you start looking at yourself and like, okay, my paper don't look nothing like Bill's. You know?
No, not
As a
even
matter of fact, I'm looking more like James Evans every day. and that was it. So the formative years were just for me, were about surviving. It was about trying not to wreck the boat, every day, maybe every other day, but trying not to wreck it every day. And before you know, we had our second child, and life was just moving fast. So
Yes.
I was not. I can't even remember some of those formative years because they were so fast and they were so full. You have to really draw me back to a specific event and maybe help me to focus or to remember what happened, because a lot of it is like a blur, man.
Yes.
It just happened. And
Yes.
again, I was just trying not to fall off the cliff,
I think that was all of us, because I
Yes.
mean, the hard part is, like you said, it was like a blur. And even now, in trying to think back to different major times and major points, it's like, what did we do? I mean, it's like it's blocks of time that it's like, okay, how old were you when we did that? And
Right.
and it just seemed like we went from day one to day, year 33. And it's like, okay, all of that in the middle is, like you said, a blur.
Yeah, that beginning was hard. The beginning, like you just said, you move together, you do things, you start this family, you got children. Time you get into it, you had children,
Yeah.
you married, and now you're sitting here saying, what do I do next? It ran me so crazy. I ran to my father. I went to my dad. What am I doing? What did I do this for? How do you go to the store with $50? Yeah, this is back in the 80s, but you went to the store with $50 knowing you got to buy Pampers and milk. And then what you got to eat? Then you get a couple of cans of beans and some hot dogs, and you say, okay, we can eat 2 or 3 days, and we'll go to this house on Thursday, that house. We talk about our kids, but we'll go to grandma's house on Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll go to mama's house, this mama house, that mama house to get a meal. And like we were talking earlier, we go to her parents' house to wash the clothes, and he'll feed us. Her dad would feed us all day. We got breakfast, we got lunch, and we got dinner and take home snacks. So you had food, and Tiffany and the rest of them got shaken up. But I thought I was equipped.
I think that's it. When we're talking about helping people learn how to strive, I think is how you start matters.
Right.
Make sure you're prepared. Don't rush into this. Don't make other moves or other decisions that force your hand into marriage. Come into your marriage prepared. And we ain't have no money.
No.
I love you, but
I love you.
I love you. Don't take I love you checks.
Bro.
The gas company don't take them. The water people, and I think that's it. So, my big thing to share on tonight is, to keep from getting to a point in your marriage where you're just trying to survive, be prepared.
Yes.
Go to marriage counseling. Something again, Karen and I didn't have any.
We didn't
we had two preachers. We had two preachers that married us, but we had nobody that counseled us.
Yeah.
Their answer to it was they're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we had a session and it was like, how many kids do y'all want to have? And I think he said 5. I was like,
I did.
Okay.
I said 5. I wanted 5.
Whatever, get me to the altar. Okay, I'll agree to this. Needless to say, that was subject to change. But I mean, even down to our girls, when it was time for them to decide they wanted to get married, after you've been married for a while, you have a whole lot of advice. Don't do this. Look for that. Does he have this? You check that credit report. What about his driving record?
Hey, leave it alone.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have the license. I lost my license.
Exactly. So, and driving on our honeymoon with no license. And we're going to Pennsylvania, y'all. I mean, but
like you said, it's the difference now. Our advice, and like you just said, like you were saying, the advice is now is learn. I'm not saying go shack up and do that, but I'm saying learn the person you're with before you get into marriage. Learn, it will change. You know, the difference between a fiance and a wife
is huge.
Yeah. You know, that's a big step. Because
that's why I tell people that marriage and living together is totally different. It's just like being married. The devil is a lie.
Yes.
This is nothing like being married.
Good week. I better fucking fall on me. I thought it was wrong, but I'm gonna go. But you're right. You understand that once you're married and you say I do, you are now joined together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what you're doing is together. So you must learn to communicate with that person, give, learn to be understanding. A lot of those things, those trinkets like that is when you talk, don't talk at them, talk with them. You know, a lot of times I know for me, hey, we're going to do this. And it's, you know, even down to even down where you're going for Thanksgiving, which house you're going to first. You need to be discussing even those little things. We got in one of the biggest arguments over Thanksgiving, where to go for Thanksgiving dinner. Are you going to your mom? No, I'm taking my children and I'm leaving. That's what I told her because I was going to my mama's house. We eat dinner at early in the morning. After we came from church, we ate dinner. She went to work at 3 o'clock, so we had early dinner. Her house, they didn't pray over meal. They just ate when they got ready to eat. But the point is, I didn't know that. I wasn't prepared for that. And I'm thinking my way is the best way. No. We tell our daughters, you got to put our way, his way in a pot. Their parents' way, how you were raised, you put it all in a pot and you stir it up. And some ingredients you got to take out. It may be too much salt in there for you, for y'all marriage. You know, for us staying together, it may have been enough salt that kept us together, that preserved us.
Right.
Where they might not need that much salt. You know, so it's.
Yeah, I think, you know, marriage, you know, and when we do our marriage coaching, we talk about having a plan for your marriage, having vision for your marriage. And again, a lot of stuff that in the beginning, it's going to change. Challenges are going to be there. But the more prepared you are in the beginning, you know, the better your response are to the challenges. And I think that's just where, you know, foundationally, so many people that enter into marriage, you find they are not prepared. Right. You know, you still stuck on the wedding, and the wedding is one day. The marriage is for the rest of your life, and you're investing so much in your wedding, but willing to invest so little in your marriage, and you'll give up on your marriage after you paid all this money for the wedding. And
no, after the parents pay all the money for the wedding.
You know, and you know, we just got to do better. My hope in this is we're 32 in June, and I'm praying that, you know, there's another 32, but I don't want it to be this, oh my God, you know, I'm barely hanging on. I want it to flourish and I want it to be good. I don't want to just survive it. I want to strive in it. I want to grow in it. I want it to bear fruit and be impactful. I want it to be an example. And I think that's what I'm just trying to get us to make sure that we share on tonight. You know, we got 7 points that I've heard and try to put up, you know, so people can grab them and walk away with them. But, you know, another good thing is having accountability couples
Yeah.
or, you know, a mentoring couple, something else we didn't have, a couple that both of you guys trust that you could go to. You know, Al said I ran to my dad. I was like, I have no idea where that joker is. So,
Right.
you know, that's a run I can't take. But I found that the guys that I could run to were worse than I was. You know,
Yes.
and I was like,
Yeah. And
man,
that's
this is crazy. We all jacked up talking to each other, and there was nobody with sound advice, you know. So we were truly like Jesus said, we was the blind leading the blind, and all us was going to end up in the ditch, you know. So
Well, you see, on the women's side of things, we're a whole lot more personal than the men are. Guys can talk about pretty much anything. If something is not, I know for me, I can only speak for me. If something is not going right in my marriage, I'm not trying to talk to nobody else about it. I'm going to be trying to figure out a way to fix it, deal with it, adjust it, do what I got to do to try to get it back on the right track. Because for a woman, no woman wants to tell another woman something isn't right with my marriage and everything is great and wonderful about theirs. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, even if it's a good friend of mine, I'm not trying to tell them if something is wrong. And then, you know, I'm not trying to do it.
even now, you know, my accountability partner, that's the things we share with each other. Like, hey, bro, I'm stuck right here. You know, and we 32 years in the game, we'll still call each other and be like, bro, I need to talk. You know, I'm stuck. And sometimes it's just the fact that he helps me to see it from a different perspective, or take a step back, or take a step forward, or whatever it is. But it's so beneficial for me. You know, I would strongly suggest that you find an accountability partner, a person that you trust. And I'm not saying you, I'm just saying to persons that, you know, are still striving or feel like you're surviving your marriage.
Yeah.
Find somebody that's doing it better than you, or, you know, that's done it longer than you, that's figured at least some of the questions that you have, they've already figured that out, and maybe they get a little enlightenment. But to this day, you know, my dude, bro, let's do lunch. I got it. You know, I just need to kick this around a little bit because I don't understand this. Help me see it from a different perspective. Or what do you see? And, you know, I don't expect him to do my marriage, but again, having a different voice from a different perspective resonates. It really does. It's been so beneficial. And it doesn't hurt that he's a clinician, but it's been so beneficial. It's been so beneficial. Sister Gloria said she loved your point about the pot, Al. About just put everything in the pot, and some stuff got to go, some stuff can stay. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. That's one of the daughters doing their laundry.
So that's your house too, huh? That's your house too.
Yeah, doing the laundry. But she left for babies.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, she rolled out for a minute. Be back. Yeah. But like you said, but through it all, even in the beginning, you need a foundation. Once you start building the walls, you need security. And as you get, even in the middle of all of this, there's things that's going to happen. Please remember that everything is not always going to work out perfectly. You make a plan of attack that we're going to do it this way, and you go in it and you think everything is in line while you find out everything in line. Understand that there's things out there that want to trip you up. They want to trip your marriage up. That, you know, people get in your marriage to trip you up. People get in your marriage to take you out of marriage. So trial and error, you know, that's where I found a lot of times you'll find people will come to you faster now that you're married. and try to get you, because theirs not going right. They want to mess yours up.
Mm.
So you got to make sure you watch who you invite.
Mm.
Like you said, Julius, you have the one. You got to watch who you invite in also, because you can be inviting the devil right into your marriage with people that walk into your door. So you got to be prepared. And then it's trial and error. Trial and error. Everything is not going to work perfectly. We've made mistakes. We sat there, you know. How many cakes did you throw out trying to get the right flavor of chocolate cake? That's how, you know, some things that we tried did not work. Period. Let's tell the truth. Some things in our marriage, you know, we even went through a period where we said we were going to sleep in different rooms for a few minutes because it was like I get up at a certain time, she get, and I'm waking her up. No. How long? Nah, that didn't work. No, we needed to be more together. I need to be close until I can elbow her, and she need to hear me snoring to go to sleep. But trial and error. Don't give up. All them old cliches. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't give up on your marriage because you had one fight. Come on.
Or because you had multiple
fights.
It's a lifetime, you know. It's a marathon. It's a lifetime, you know. And I think you have to be open to this because the person that you marry is constantly evolving.
Yes,
which means you gotta constantly have a grace for that person because one day you think you got it, they act this way, they interact this way. And then they're a year or two older, and all that's gone. You know, it's like she said. You know, she stopped buying me clothes because she thought she had it. She was like, he dressed this way, this, that, and the other. I got older. All that stuff, how I used to dress, it's gone. You know, it's gone. Now she like, you know what? You go a gift card. Happy whatever. I love you. Go get what you want because I don't want you looking at my gift side eye like
what you buy that?
Why I buy that? You know, and I'm learning to do the same thing with her. You know, I bought her stuff that I wanted her to have and got mad when she didn't appreciate it the way I thought she should have. And I was like, well, you know, in all actuality, this was more about me than it was about her. But I grew to that level. Now, if I buy tennis shoes, I ain't never wrong.
That's Karen. She likes her shoes.
If I buy tennis shoes, I promise you, I'm always hitting it out the park. You know, so why make life difficult when you can make life easy? Just buy tennis shoes.
And I'm never wrong if I give a gift card or money. I can't.
There it is. And we've had wow, and that's beautiful because, like you say, I get
me and let's go and you pick out something.
But I mean, that's hitting the place where you're striving and you're not struggling to survive anymore. You learn. Here's one. Learn to accept each other as is. You know? And again, you get that mentality when you hit the strive level. You go through so many years of I'm a changer, and then this is how we preface it. I'm gonna help them.
Right.
I need to help you out. I'm gonna help you like I want you to do.
That's how I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. So we're trying to get a person to change to be like what we want them to be, instead of accepting the beauty of who they are. You know, my wife is who she is, and I'm just cool. Be you. You know, be you. Yeah. One day she got hair, one day she ain't got no hair. Cool, be you, you know, but understand, I ain't never get none back, so you might as well accept that, you know.
Come on, bro. So, one day they got a head full, and then she cut it all off. I'm sitting like, what is? I'm cutting it off. But I'm cutting it off. You know, and you gotta say,
be you. Be you, you know, go ahead. You know, we go to barbershop together now. Go on. You going first, I'm going first. You know, let's go. So
We don't even left the barber alone. She cuts hers herself now. I'm good. Throw her juices and berries in there. She seems happy. And I'm happy. So hey, we good. But like you say, just keep moving. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
moving. Don't get stagnant.
You have to keep striving is to keep growing, to continue elevating. You have to. You can't get in that survival mode where I'm just trying to make it to the next year in this. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. And it'll make you depressed and oppressed. It'll make marriage feel like the ball and chain or whatever. When God says he who finds a wife has found a good thing.
Right.
This thing is supposed to add so much to our lives, so much joy. Not your happiness. That's on you. But a person to share your happiness with, your joy, your help me, some fulfillment. That's what this was all about. And I don't want to do it, from a perspective of, oh my God, oh, one more day. I don't want to do it that way. No, that's dread. No. So I love this thought of getting to the place of striving. Means you have to get past the mentality of just surviving.
Yes.
But I think part of it too is, like you said, you have to first make yourself happy, not depend on the other person to make you happy. And then when you come together, you can both be happy with yourselves in order to find the happy place with the other person. But if you're always in the mode of, I got to figure out why they're not happy, I got to do this and I got to do that, I got to buy them this, I got to give them that, I got to do, instead of figuring out what makes you happy, find a hobby, do something that makes you happy, because you can't make the other person happy until you're happy with yourself.
And that's the point that we need to do. You self-care. That's why Julius likes to go to the gym. That's his self-care moment. When he can get in there, bang some weights around, throw it around, go exercise and get himself straight, get his mind on right. For Karen, it may be dealing with the children that she deals with every day of the week when the kids come to the house and she's babysitting or she's have her business going. That could be hers. What makes you happy? What makes you click? And like say, self-care. For me, sometimes just being in a quiet room by myself for a minute does it. I play golf now. And I'm going to tell you, which is crazy, I was Tiger Woods. Come on now, Tiger Woods. I was out there, I could swing a club. And some days just playing 9 holes take you to a place where you can think. And you just think. Being in your car allows you to think. And then take a break. Take a break from the extreme life of what's going on around you. You gotta take a vacation from everything that's involved in your life. We put so much pressure on ourselves as a couple, as parents, as pastors, as first ladies, as everything like that. You have to stop and go and breathe the air. Not when it's got pollen in it, but breathe the air when you can. If you don't take that break, you're going to burn out. You will burn out with marriage because you're so wound so tight that rubber band will break. So you got to decide, okay, we're going to take a vacation. How many years ago we bought a timeshare, which was stupid, we thought, but it allowed us to vacate together.
Say that again for the people in the back row. Say it again for the people in the back row.
But up in the up
Been all night long. Now you go, because he said take a
you
break.
know it's right.
You start jumping up and down.
Telling you something,
And
son.
again for the people in the back row.
Take a break, bro.
Sound like
You
somebody
gotta
need
need
a
a break.
vacation.
All right, you need a week. You need a week. All you know you got to do is call us. We'll give you a week somewhere. Okay. All you do is let us know. We got so much time. Don't point at her.
You know
You
what?
need a week. I'm gonna tell you the blessing that we did. The one of those biggest blessings
Yes,
that we did
We
do.
coming. We need to come and get in the pool.
Hey, come on. We got to get. I just went to pool place today.
Sound like
Gotta
we need to snatch them to go to Macedonia.
get, yeah, we need to snatch them when we go up to the mountains, just to
Yeah.
sit back.
Get you away from home.
And you don't have to do anything. Just sit, drink a cup of coffee, a cup of cocoa, a cup of orange juice, whatever. But you gotta take that break, bro. You
I'm
gotta
into
take that break.
self-care. I take
That's-
care of myself.
But
Nah.
still, even from that, you have to take a break. You can do self-care away from the house. They got plenty of gyms wherever you go. You can still take a time to do 10, 15, 20 push-ups or sit-ups. I ain't did 2. But you can take your time to do 20, 30, 40, 50 push-ups in the living room where you're sitting there while she's watching TV with her feet up.
Mhm.
But you got to take time to go, because if you don't,
Hey,
Get off my
shake,
team.
shake, out of
You're right.
that bush,
You're
shake,
right,
shake,
because
shake,
if you don't
shake,
do
shake,
it,
Mute her.
you
Get
know,
off my
hey,
team.
hey.
you burn out as a couple.
Okay, I can't hear
Hey,
Alan now. I can't hear Alan. Go
hey,
ahead.
hey, hey,
This
I
show
think
is about
somebody need a vacation.
this show is about to come to a sudden end.
hey.
I think somebody need
I'm
a
gonna take
vacation.
a break from her. Is what I'm gonna do.
No, you ain't. No, you're not. You're gonna take her on the break.
Oh, that's
You're
cute.
gonna take her with you on the break. You can. All right. We went in October. We still went in October. I preached the sermon.
From
finished
there,
from Macedonia via Zoom. Preached my sermons. Had Bible study. Everything from Macedonia. And got to sit
had
back
to go.
and just be.
It was
No,
necessary.
for real, it's not a problem. We
Yeah.
bless God that the
Yes.
ministry is sustaining. There are persons there that are well equipped to hold it down.
Mhm.
It really it's just timing. It's just getting
Yeah.
on
Yes.
our schedule to get out. But I take my breaks. My wife acting like I don't take breaks. I do take
Mhm.
breaks. I do.
Mhm. Right.
Okay.
Right.
We had a weekend this year when we're ready to go away again.
A weekend.
I haven't been gone on vacation yet.
When was the last time you took a week?
Last year. Mhm. Last year I took a week. I haven't gone on. Oh, y'all looking at me. I have not gone on vacation yet.
Happy ever after, boy. Happy ever after
Woo.
with Julius and Karen and Julius. Amen. But no, that's we can get, but truly, you got to. And as Karen thinks, she's like, when was that week?
And like I'm gonna have to have this conversation now. When did you take off a week? But I did.
Yeah, but
I will admit I have not taken as much time as I should. Now this conversation is switching. We're supposed to be talking about striving, and now
But
y'all
this
want to
is-
talk about
That's
me
part
going
of
on
thriving.
vacation.
It's part of thriving.
instead of surviving, just keeping
I
going
probably
surviving.
haven't
Now you
taken-
strive to the next step where you can breathe.
Yeah.
Where
As
you can-
many as I
We
should.
talking about surviving.
And
Yeah.
It's called relax, relate, release.
I will
Yeah.
get my time in this year. It's already been discussed with the leadership, so I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm good.
We
Well,
don't see.
Like I say, Karen, if you need here we go.
I'm not taking her though. I'm leaving her here.
See, now you messing up. You're messing up.
Amen. But definitely, that's what the best part about marriage is. You can talk about them things, and when it's time to say, you can do it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So listen, our time is almost up.
Ooh, went fast.
Yeah, it always does when you're having a good time. Now on the recap, and the recap is not my vacation time. Right?
No.
Just clarify the recap for tonight
Mhm.
is dealing with, the nuggets that we have. If you have one more thing to drop, what would you say to our guests on tonight that are watching about striving in their marriage, not just surviving? So here's what we touched on tonight. In order to strive, friendship is important, commitment, communications,
Yep.
a willingness to work,
Mhm.
discovering your role, personal space, being prepared. And we also noted that you need to learn to be happy with yourself so you can share your happiness with your partner.
Mhm.
And then what became its own conversation was learn how to take a break.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, any last notes? I don't know why I invited y'all. Y'all come on here. Jump on me. Al, Huncho,
said it.
we'll have
You
a
gonna be calling me.
Yeah, we'll have a Huncho to Huncho conversation.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
And don't not answer my call.
It's like screen, swipe right.
But no, guys. Anything else? Anything else you would leave on tonight as a takeaway about
You go first.
making it that 34 years?
I'm going to go first with this one because I don't know what he's going to say. But in the beginning, we both knew the importance of God and our church and our religion and all of that. We did not fully give it 100%. We even told our children when they were looking for their spouses that you need to be evenly yoked. Okay. I'll tell anyone out there that you and your significant other have to be on the same playing field. And even now, believe it or not, even before he became a pastor, we figured out that we had to figure out our even playing field, which was finding God and nurturing that learning, because we get excited about learning about God and getting into the word and stuff like that. And I realized that if the two people are not evenly yoked, if they're not having conversations about God, if they are going about their own way, that somehow or another they have to bring God into the conversation, because that's a major piece. Just like he said, us being friends was major glue that has kept us together for this long. Because if we weren't friends first, I can't say I would promise that we'd still be here, because all those worldly things would have evolved and interfered. So I would say friendship and God, really important. Finding that happy place with both of them.
Cool. What about you, Al?
I'm gonna add on hers right quick, and then I'll give you mine. And growing together, growing in God together. That's been a really big plus with us. Yeah, we knew that we had to take the children to church, teach them as a child. We knew all of that. We had them in church on Sunday morning, Sunday school, vacation Bible school, all this. But we were not saved at that point in time. We thought we were
going through the motions.
We thought but we were just going through. But when God finally talks to you personally and you get a personal relationship with him, then the other one, then either one, whoever gets it first, it become contagious and goes to the other. And then you both get it, and then it's like, oh man, this is blowed up. So that's the first. That's the grow together. You may not start off equally yoked, but you become equally yoked. My one of my favorites is one that we talked about earlier. That pot. You know, Julius, you know I cook. I put my hand in some grease like a champ. So I love to cook, and I love to try different recipes and doing things and making the recipe my own. But when you come to two people coming together, you know you're coming with two different people, two different families, two different ways of doing things. You know, even down to the toilet paper being over or under. You come with so many things into the pot, and then you got to throw them all in the pot, and you find out quickly some of these things that she had when she brought to this relationship is not what we're going to live by. And she's going to say the same. Some of the things that I brought, some of the ill things that I had, some of the curses of my family I had that I had to live through. But the point is, once you get that pot boiling, you can take out some stuff. Hey, this gumbo don't have. I'm not gonna put okra in my gumbo. I don't like okra. You know, just like that. You know, we're not gonna add this into our relationship, so we're gonna take it out. And we're going to leave it on the sideline. And understand, love them, like them, love them, deep, like them, all that good stuff like that. And give and take. Understand that you're going to grow together in your marriage. Grow together. And that becomes striving, not surviving. Once you start growing together and seeing the future together, and you see that too late, that old man and that old lady sitting on the porch in a rocking chair with a chair, and she goes and get him lemonade, and or he goes and get her a piece of pie, whatever, and you like, I wonder how long they've been married. And they finally say, we've been married 70 years, and they say, how do you ask them what's the secret, and they say, keep living. And that's what their answer is. You're like, keep living, that don't tell me nothing. He said, you'll understand, boy, one day. So that's mine. Thank y'all.
Okay.
Take a break.
Since you said because I bash you, it doesn't mean I don't love you.
I love you.
No, right. So that's not because I bash
because you bash.
Because I bash you,
because
doesn't mean I don't love
that's
you.
how she shows love. I bashed you, didn't I?
It doesn't mean I don't love you.
Oh my gosh.
It means I do love you. You know how mama say, I whip you. It means I love you.
I whip you because I love you, baby.
Oh, wow. Listen, man, guys, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
For hanging out with us. Y'all show the whites some love. Ain't nothing like family.
Yes.
And to our partners that have connected, I hope it was impactful. And what y'all 33 going on 34? Is that right?
Yeah.
And we're 31 going on 32. So they'll be 34 in October. We'll be 32 in June. So listen, we for real. I hope that some of the stuff that we shared on tonight made sense. Hold on to the 7 steps again, man. Just I think if you didn't get them, grab them out of the chat before it goes away. Remember that in order to get to a place where you're striving and not surviving, you want to make sure there's a friendship, there's commitment, there's willingness to work or willing to work, communications, discover your roles in your relationship. It's okay to have personal space.
Yes.
Be prepared, have a plan. And what was the rest of it, guys?
Be happy with yourself to share your happiness with your partner.
And I think that's big. And then last but not least,
our all-time favorite,
please take a break. Take a break. All of y'all out there, take a break. Yeah, I'm taking my break. You know, I think we all need to take a break. You know,
Amen.
but learn how to strive in your marriage, not just survive in it. Again, this is a gift from God. It was meant to be a place of joy and such celebration. Remember your wedding to know that joy again. And learn how to celebrate each other every day. Hey, if you have not connected with us, to all that are watching on Facebook, YouTube, if you haven't connected, take a moment to connect. If you're on YouTube, will you subscribe to our page, and you can stay connected to all we're doing. If you're watching us on Facebook, like the page and turn on notifications. You'll always get a bump when 3C is going live, whatever it is that we might be doing. If you want to know more about this ministry, this group, Happily Ever After, scrolling on the screen is a way for you to connect with us. And you can simply text the word happy to 804-925-1466. Answer the 3 pieces of information on the connect card: your name, your cell phone number, your email address. Our team will respond to you. We'll get you connected so you can engage with us and all the things that we're doing through Happily Ever After. And as always, life is better when we do it together. So let's do life better together. Al, Deborah, not Deidre, we love you. We love you guys so much, man. Again, thank you for joining us.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
y'all, tell them where you are one more time, Al, just in case somebody's watching from down Tidewater Way and they're looking for somewhere to fellowship.
Yes, come out to the other 3C. We're at Campbell Chapel AME Church at 3252 Indian River Road, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23456. 23456. We're down in the Pongo area, and we are working hard down in that area. We have been striving to lift that community up with our people. You know, there's people down there, but there's not a lot of us. But we are striving to pull them out the woods. Amen.
Amen.
So that's where we are, and we are blessed. We start conference on Monday. Our conference start on Monday, and we're praying the bishop's strength. We'll say it that way. Amen.
Amen. So if you're down in the Tower area, you're looking for a great place to fellowship, go check out family. Check out the Whites at 3C
Campbell
Virginia Beach, Campbell Chapel. What? I missed
AME Church,
Oh,
African Methodist Episcopal Church. You
But
know,
Pastor E with an Island White.
yeah. All right,
Love you guys,
Julie.
man. Hey, see you guys Sunday. Everybody have a great weekend. Love you with the love of the Lord. Peace.
Peace to you. And see you, Karen. You know what to do, all right?
Get off. Get off. What a-